Shh. We're looking for Yeti.
What are you doing there, bud? What happened to your body?
You know, I can't understand your moaning. What happened to the rest? What happened to the rest of your body? It's like you found it. Nice. I gotta go. So today we're gonna be taking a look at Yeti. It kills in cold blood. Why did I choose this movie? Well, believe it or not, I didn't. I got a request from the big blue man himself. He sat me down and he said, Elle, you gotta watch this. You're gonna love it. Just take a look. I wanna know what you have to say. Shh, shh. You gotta watch this. I know generally he looks very angry, but he had a very amused look on his face while he was telling me about this, which really concerns me. The cover looks promising though, but don't get your hopes up because it was a made-for-TV movie. Okay, maybe not all made-for-TV movies are bad. This creature feature originally aired on the Sci-Fi Channel in 2008. You know, back when sci-fi was sci-fi. The same channel that is home to so many movies such as Mothman, Bone Eater, Attack of the Saber-Tooth, Mongolian Deathworm, and let's not forget the most popular film, Sharknado. I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt on this one. It might be a made-for-TV movie, but really, how bad could it be? The opening shot presents us with three hikers in the midst of a snowstorm, approaching a cave they all go in looking to find some sort of demon. We're just full of good ideas already, aren't we?
Jackson! No matter. I've got you now, you ugly son of a gun.
You guys saw that, right?
You son of a gun.
Okay, I understand censoring things for TV movies, but why isn't there an uncensored track for, you know, a release to DVD? Also, if it is made just for TV, why not just change the script? His gun is empty, so Mr. Man zoops out of there to find a dead end, even though it's the way they just came in. At no point did they turn around, so you must have just gone through the rocks, right? Okay, there's a shoe. He gets wrecked by, well, the monster actually looks pretty good. I appreciate the craftsmanship of using makeup and costuming over CGI. Unfortunately, we cut to this, and now it's present day, apparently. It's nothing huge, but the scene before didn't give us a time reference, let alone a location. But that just might be me being picky right out of the gates. I'm going to pause because, without reading the synopsis on the back of the DVD, this could get confusing. It is a cold day in hell. A college football team must find a way to survive after their plane crashes on a remote mountain during a blizzard. What starts as a battle against the elements becomes a desperate struggle to escape when they discover an ancient creature with a ravenous appetite for fresh meat. Will they survive the sub-zero temperatures only to be eaten by the snow beast that hunts them down? And with that, we continue to meet Peyton Elway, the star quarterback of whatever college team we are following. That's a pretty bold statement, don't you think?
I'm sorry, I stopped reading when it said the best thing to come out of Virginia since George Washington.
Washington? What's he got on me?
What does Washington got on you? Please, that is a list I can make that would span the rest of this video. Not only that, but plenty of other historical figures have come from Virginia after Washington. I'm just gonna write that off. Okay, that's fine. You throw a football around, that's fine. We'll see how you hold out, my friend. See how you hold out in the snow, out in the wilderness. We'll see. He flirts with the team manager. She's not having it. You can tell that they are trying to get you invested in the characters.
Oh, but I can be a better quarterback.
But everyone will think this and this because your dad paid for the new football field. Come on, just date me. No.
Hey, I'm hungry. Have you got anything?
Nope.
So what if the plane crashes? What would you do then?
Is this your attempt at foreshadowing? So the bland character development continues for a while after it is revealed that they are flying to Japan. Ooh, girl, who did your makeup?
Girl, look how orange you look, girl.
For as much turbulence, you think those drinks would be, you know, kind of all over the place. Oh, there they go. After re-looking at my initial criticism of this scene, I realized that this is probably one of the best scenes in the movie. Sure, the CGI airplane isn't great and the scene is rather cheesy, but I realize that the panic is there. The panic that anyone would most likely have if a plane were going down and you had no choice but to brace yourself. Hello? Yes, what's going on up front? The wreck leaves us with a considerable amount of survivors, especially considering no actual protocol was followed. Everyone starts to go outside, because that's a good idea.
Welcome to the Himalayas!
Yeah. and because of that, they are at a higher elevation. Oh hey, you know what that means. In atmosphere, our bodies were not built to handle. But no, apparently we have to go right now, according to Peyton.
Come on, we gotta go!
Leave the warmth of the wreck, it'll be fine. And this guy comes out of the bathroom because, haha, comedy?
Wow! That was an adventure. What the hell happened?
Take a wild guess, mascot boy.
A plane crash? A plane crash? But you managed to survive! You gotta be kidding me!
Ugh, these characters are all over the place, and I care about none of them.
It is absolutely freezing.
Imagine that. We're only in the Himalayas.
Peyton breaks the news that not everyone in the crash is dead, and so now they figure it's time to figure out how to survive until help comes. They toss around some ideas, and Peyton decides they should go back into the plane and wait.
Why did you have everyone come out in the first place?
They go to the front of the crash to check on the pilots. You'd think they would have done that sooner, but whatever.
Here goes. Hey, can you hear me?
Definitely don't know if that's the way to go about it.
Well, when you think of something better, you let me know, okay?
The pilot that should have been frozen by now informs them that there are locator beacons in the tail of the plane and supplies. Oh, but guess what? They're in the tail too. So they just leave him to share the news with the rest of the crew, who is still just standing out in the cold. 2 people will be going to look for the tail of the plane while the rest will be turning the body of the plane into a base for them to stay. We have a 5-second cut to the Yeti for some reason to show that he's nearby, maybe? The backdrop indicates otherwise. It's sunny where he is, but rather foggy where the rest of the students are. Was it just me, or was that a weird take for the scene? This scene doesn't last too long before it cuts to a mountain, then cuts to an outpost. Ugh. Gives me whiplash. We are introduced to 2 new characters, one looking like a Commander Shepard ripoff, aptly so, considering his name is, you guessed it, Shepard, and his companion Fury, which has an accent that tries to resemble Russian, I think. They'll be heading up to rescue the college students, apparently. Back at the crash, this guy is trying to light a fire, but wait, where's the kindling? You can't just light it on fire unless you got something smaller to catch. Oh, nice, they're pouring alcohol on it. I'm surprised.
I don't get to drink it then.
Now is not the time. They light the fire. Then we cut to Garcia and Andrews, the 2 on the mini expedition to find the tail of the plane. Some shaky camera footage, but hey, who am I to complain? They come across the radio, but alas, no one answers. Deciding they need to find shelter, a trail of blood is found in the snow, so what do? Follow it into the cave, of course. And deep within the cave, they find a weird camera cut. The Yeti appears and oh, that's CGI. Monstrosity flip-flops from costume to CGI before catching up and killing Andrews. Here we are again with a costumed Yeti who has come to sniff the air and drag away one of the dead lined-up college students. Sarah sees this and informs the others, though the voice cut seems a little rushed. As if there were 2 takes they put together a little too fast.
Something just took one of the bodies. One of the bodies is missing.
Of course no one believes her. Peyton blames it on the exhaustion, so they all go to sleep. Fade into Garcia, who's climbing a wall. Okay, next scene. The 2 rescuers get dropped off, chit-chat, then whoop, back to Garcia. Why not just take it one scene at a time as opposed to flipping back and forth? As I've said before, it gives your audience a bad case of whiplash.
I am just gonna need a little bit of extra neck support for this.
Back at the crash, they're fighting about bears or something when Rice tells her not to worry.
Sister, I wouldn't worry.
I know it's repetitive, but these are things that I just can't seem to overlook. There have been so many odd mistakes in this movie that it makes me wonder if they were legitimately missed or if they were just too lazy to fix them. Teach me your ways in voiceover, I'd really like to. Once they finally realize that Andrews and Garcia haven't come back, a little argument happens and everyone just kind of sits there for a few seconds. And end scene.
If you feel like I'm not describing enough of the movie, don't worry, I do too, but honestly, me describing this movie would be just me repeating myself over and over. It goes complain, complain, argument, let's start a fight, let's do something stupid that's gonna get us all killed.
And so Garcia's gonna try this again, this time with Andrew's severed arm used as a shin splint. I'll bite, that's not the worst of ideas. While scavenging, oh, the scene changed by the way. Sarah comes across some flares in which Peyton says to ask the pilot if there are any more flares anywhere.
Kira, ask the pilot if there's any more of these.
He died. A while ago.
Peyton, did you really think that the pilot would survive after a few hours, let alone a whole night? He was half frozen when you got to them, what were you thinking? Garcia has his run-in with the Yeti, and so
And so the Yeti running is mirrored to make it look like another take. You ain't fooling these eyes.
I have special eyes.
Peyton and Sarah catch some food. It's a chicken.
Well, this is pretty disgusting. I'm sitting down here waiting for 1 or 2 bites of rodent.
It's a chicken. Raven has had enough, so he's gonna cut up some bodies with a piece of glass, and then hop, here comes another fight. They realize one of the bodies is missing, accusations are thrown, then they fight some more, and ultimately decide that if no one comes for them by tomorrow, they feast. Later that evening, they decide to feast anyway. Finally, they come to terms that yes, something is out there, and in the morning, they are looking for a way out of the mountains. Of course, that night is when things get spooky for everyone, assuming the Yeti is out there.
Got the son of a gun.
Garcia?
Jeez, Garcia just can't get a break,
Shot
can
him in his face.
Whoops! Yeti is here and ready to party with some college kids. And credits roll. I wish that's how it ended. It would save me a lot of time. The Yeti attempts to get at the students when the rescue team sees that they're in trouble. But wait a second. Why are they watching from afar? They've been camping there this whole time? What kind of rescue team just camps near the wreck but doesn't go to check for any survivors?
Clearly, they only get paid by the hour.
That ends pretty quickly and he walks off with Sarah. Does that mean there's gonna be more plot? You bet your ass it does. After what could have been a decent climax, the movie keeps going. But where's the rescue team, you might ask? Who the fuck knows? Peyton wants to go after Sarah, but no one else wants to, so he's going to go after Sarah, and look what the cat coughed up.
We're here to rescue you.
Forget Sarah! Tell them you saw the whole thing! Start that conflict, that's what I want to see.
So they all decide to go after Sarah. Yay. Making their way out safely, both threats fall when, oh, that beautiful B-roll. And so everyone's safe. Finally on their way out.
Hey, is that chocolate? Huh? No.
And then we have another fight. Let's just forward through this. After copious amounts of running, some tumbles here and there, the helicopter is in view. We use another recycled clip and the romance blossoms as the chopper arrives. But wait, there's more. If there's anyone I actually feel bad for in this movie, it's Garcia. Poor guy has been put through the ringer from watching his friend be dismembered, to breaking both of his legs, and still making it to the plane only to be shot in the face and still not die. As for my thoughts on this movie, it's more of a comedy to me than an actual horror film. Sure, some elements of horror are there, but the consistent mistakes in continuity and editing bring you out of the horror element and leave you with something you'll just end up being frustrated with. There was the obvious climax where they could have ended the film but decided to go with a damsel in distress to make the runtime longer. Between unrelatable characters, boring plot, and frustrating mistakes, is this movie worth watching? Sure. I wouldn't go spending your money on it, but if you ever catch it on TV and you have nothing else to do, go for it. In the lineup of hilariously bad movies and just plain bad movies, this would land somewhere in the middle.
Maybe I just haven't paid attention to movies that were made just for TV. When I was a child, I don't remember them being all that bad. Then again, some of them nowadays, whoo boy. Either way, thank you so much for requesting this movie, MCP, and it was definitely worth the watch, but it's time to put this catastrophe to rest.
Oh, would you look at that? All the snow's gone. Oh yeah, that might be because it's June. Let's see, where'd we find it? Oh hey, you're still here? Glad you survived the winter, I guess, but let's go. Come on, bud. How did you survive all that? Well, we definitely have a lot to talk about. Wow! I did not expect so many people to come over from Madame Macabre's channel. Another thank you to her for letting me review a movie on her channel, and if you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out. Ouija Experiment 2 is quite the roller coaster ride, and you're not going to want to miss out. One more note for anyone new here, thank you so much. Your support means the world to me, and I look forward to making more content for you guys. Keep in mind that these videos take a while for me to make, between watching movies, scripting, filming, etc., and I thank you in advance for your patience. And with that, I bid you specters and spectettes bye-bye for now.